Here's how Eddie Hearns' dad, Barry Hearn, stitched me up. Now, basically, back in like 1991, I think it was 91 or 92, I'd not been in the gym for 3 months, and Barry Hearn rang my manager up to offer me a fight against his fighter, Bernard Paul, an unbeaten prospect called Bernard Paul. And my manager then contacted my brother, who contacted me. He came down to find me and told me, offered me the fight. 1 week's notice, by the way, just 1 week's notice. I'd not been in the gym for 3 months, I hadn't, but it was on Sky TV, and I'd never boxed on TV before, and I wanted to do it. But he told me the weight I had to be at, and I was a stone and a half over that weight limit, over that weight that they wanted me to be at. But so anyway, I trained every day. I went running twice a day with bin bags, black bin liners on me to sweat it off. Hardly ate a thing every day for the whole week. Went down to Dagenham Leisure Centre on the night of the fight, because back in the days you used to weigh in on when you arrived at the show. That's what you do that night, that very night. You'd be in the ring in an hour, 2 hours, whatever. But you'd weigh in on the day of the fight, back in them days. Anyway, went down there, weighed in. We didn't see Bernard Paul weigh in, but he'd already weighed in apparently. I weighed in, and I was £4 over the agreed limit. Like, even though I'd lost a stone and £3 in that week for the fight, totally not eating anything for it or anything. Barry was there watching it, and he says, "No, I'm not taking a fight unless you lose that weight." My manager didn't argue on my before. Look, he's lost all this weight for this fight. It's only £4. He didn't argue that on me. It's like, I think he felt that Barry was too powerful to argue with, whatever. Anyway, my manager turned to me and says, "Well, Brennan, do you want to lose the weight?" I says, "I'll lose the weight. I'll lose it." Do you know what I mean? And the show was being held in Dagenham Leisure Centre, so like there was a running machine upstairs. So I went in. This is like 2 hours before me during the ring. I went on a running machine with bin liners and that on there, and I'd not ate anything all day because I've been trying to keep my weight down. I hardly drank any water. Went on a running machine with all these bin liners out, ran on between 30 minutes and 45 minutes, did a 3.5 miles run at a decent pace in that time, and then went downstairs, weighed in, and I'd lost £3.5, and they accepted the fight. I took some food down with me, like some bananas and some Mars bars, like for energy for me up, but my stomach had shrunk, so I could only eat half a banana and half a Mars bar. And so I went into the ring with, I'd not eaten anything proper for a week, having just done a 3.5 mile run before I went into the ring, with a totally empty stomach, no energy levels, whatever. Anyway, that's how Eddie Hearns' dad, Barry Hearn, stitched me up. I'm not saying Eddie Hearn's a stitch-up artist. I like Eddie Hearn. I do like Eddie Hearn. Do you know what I mean? Like, but his dad, well, he stitched me up. He proper stitched me up. Do you know what I mean? Making me lose that extra weight just before I got into the ring with his unbeaten prospect, Bernard Paul. Anyway, I've got that fight, which was live on Sky TV. I've got that in my videos on my YouTube channel. So if you want to watch it and see what happened, go and watch it. But that's how Eddie Hearn's dad stitched me up, and that's the sort of things that go off behind the scenes. We used to go off back then, in them days, when you used to have to weigh in on the night of the fight all the time, back in them days. You know what I mean? Like, with a hometown fighter would have already weighed in. You've not even seen him weigh in, and he could have weighed in earlier on in the day and maybe replenishing himself. That sort of shit used to go off all the time back in them days, and it happened to me numerous times, especially that night, which was like, as far as I was concerned, the biggest night of my life, fighting on TV. Always wanted to fight on TV, so I would have lost another £3 or £4 just to do it. Anyway, go and watch what happened in the fight. It's called My Sky TV Fight, my live on Sky TV fight. It's in my videos. Peace. And you can see what happened. Peace.